lots of current. Some start arcing in there and start a fire there. It could be the shaft broke. It could be the gear broke inside the gearbox and just turn the gearbox to mush and, fragments and all that and spark and oil and,
It doesn't seem to happen very often, so I thought it was a maintenance issue.
Well, I'm not sure. Usually the probably not a maintenance issue. Probably not something bad. It's the worst thing that can happen is a fire out the winter. You can't do anything about it. And, there goes $1 million, $2 million, boom, just like that.
I wonder about the maintenance people, when they come out, how are they trained?
How are maintenance people trained? Well, they train community colleges typically have winter maintenance programs. So they learn about electricity, they learn about hydraulic systems, and they learn about mechanical systems like gearboxes and things like that. And of course computers. Everything has computers. So they're really a very, a person as a wind technician is usually pretty smart to start with. And they just such good knowledge. You have to be able to get this big print out and look at this complicated circuits. And then they have to be able to work on computers and go through dialog boxes and figure out all. It's just really very complicated thing. So there's a lot of things they learn on the job.
So when one stops by us, that shows up on their computer.
Yep.
They send somebody out.
The one that's set at Hardin Hilltop, there's a control center at Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and they'll get a flag and then there'll be an email that will go to Brian David, who lives in Humboldt, and he'll text message, hey, get up to his house, just tripped off. And they'll say, oh gosh, that's an hour away, I don't want to drive down there to fix it. How fast is the wind? And he'll say, is it generating much wind? Power enough? It's not. Well, I'm not going to get up in the middle of the night to do that. So there's a trade-off, kind of, whether we're going to fix it today or tomorrow or wait till Monday, that kind of thing.
How does the guy get up there?
He climbs up the tower. Janet knows, my sister knows how many steps there are in that tower.
How many feet?
160, ours are 165 feet to the cell, the machine. And most of our turbines are about 100 meters would be about 325 feet.
If there's too much power being generated, they can shut those off individually.
Yep.
When we drive by, there's 5, maybe 5 turbines, and one's not operating, or maybe one is operating, so they can control that somewhere.
Yeah. So the question is about wind turbines being offline. Well, first of all, you never want it to be offline because the fuel for a wind turbine is free. So electricity is really doesn't hardly cost you anything. So if it's offline, if you've got a wind farm, there's one off here, one off here, one off there, the chances are there's a problem. Someone said, hey, there's an malfunction. The computer shuts it down. To be safe, it always shuts it down. There's any question about safety. And then if you see a whole, like half of the wind farm not turning and the other half is, well, that's usually a problem with the grid. Yeah, the grid's full today, we had a power line go off over there, and now it's restricting flow, for whatever reason, it could be that. And sometimes the price of power, you just have too much power. You just have too much electricity. And you can't give it away. In fact, you have to pay somebody to take it, and it actually happens. I agree. Okay. So there's times when there's just too much power, wind blowing everywhere, and you say, okay, turn it off. It hurts to do that, but you just do it. Because there's a market in the upper Midwest, at a control center in Minneapolis. The price of power in the grid is determined like every hour is a current price for the price of power. And that's what determines what the power price is on the grid. This is all the questions you guys had. I'm just disappointed that I didn't have questions. You bet you go online and you get a colored chart of the whole Midwest colors showing the price of power all over the Midwest. Really cool. And it changes like every 5 minutes.
So give us a range of at who controls the price?
It's all determined by the market. Everybody bids into the market. Everybody knows large wind farms bids in. Like if you own a coal-fired power plant, and you bid in the market, you say, well, how much is my coal going to cost if I generate power the next hour and all that? You go, okay, I'm going to bid in, 2.5 cents a kilowatt hour. If you're a wind farm owner, what's your bid going to be? Your bid's going to be zero. Because the way the market works is whoever submits, they take all the bids and they say, okay, we need 15,000 megawatts, we add them all up and to get to 15,000 megawatts. Who bid the last megawatt there? And the price was 2.7 cents a kilowatt hour. Everybody gets 2.7 cents. Everybody who puts a bid gets 2.7 cents if they're 2.7 cents or lower. So a wind farm, how much does it cost us to generate power? Nothing. So you always put a zero. You always put zero in there. And you get 2.7 cents. So there's a name for that market. I can't remember what it is, but it's a classical name. But that's how the pricing, it's a wonderful thing. It hasn't been this way forever. It's been this way maybe 20 years. It's wonderful. It's saved, consumed wind power has saved electric customers in the upper Midwest. I would hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars, because it's lowered the price of electricity. Because zero is. It's just amazing. Yes, Jack?
So, I like windows, but it's almost red lights. Yeah. Is there anything that can be done about red lights or not?
Shannon, my sister, does not like the red lights. I don't like the red lights either. If some entity, if the government told me no red lights, I'd do it in a heartbeat. And go ahead.
There are ways to do it.
Yes, I was just getting to that.
Oh,
And Harold's probably been involved in it. So one way to do that, why do we have red lights on purpose anyway? Low flying airplanes, right? Like really low flying. So if you could just say, okay, let's just turn the red lights on when there's a plane around. And then when there's no airplanes out there, you go, no lights. You can do that. It makes systems for that. You can buy a system today to do that. I don't know. It costs us, I don't know, $50,000 to do that for our hilltop. If somebody told me to do it, I would do it. We just do it.
I'll tell you.
I just think we should do that as a country, but it's going to take people. Write your legislature. Tell them to do that.
But keep in mind Christmas time.
Keep on Christmas time. Keep on
We're looking at green.
green and red. There's a new one. I haven't heard that. Green and red. Harold, is there anything you want to say about our working from Denmark, working as a Danish employee in the United States?
it would have been nice to work for an American company. Yeah. I mean, it's a pleasure to meet. I was out of the wind industry for about 2 years.
Got a whole closer.
I said I was out of the wind industry until just earlier this year, so I took a little break home. It's not something that, I mean, we've done very well considering how many obstacles have been, and especially when you look at Denmark and the European countries and the support that they've had. We're here to get that best for 3 years in a row, and then all that stuff. So it makes it's a tough career.
Any questions? Well, I'm sure I've blown the schedule for this meeting here with all these questions, but I like questions. If you have any questions afterwards, Mike?
If you're good, Tom, I guess they're good. Thank you.